Okay. So we put in these voices that are not the correct voices because I'm sorry,
they're bad.
I can tell 100%.
Badly delivered too.
I can tell 100% that's Roddy because of the expressions of the way he carries himself.
yeah,
That is
the way
Roddy
they look,
without question. Then go get those 3 actors and find something. Have Caesar ask, "Do we have any idea how this happened?" That would make more sense than this arbitrary shit. I think a squirrel got away, and that they're suddenly not who they are.
Do we have any sense of how this happened? Would all the dialogue you'd have to hear with McDonald then doing his investigation?
Yeah,
that's all you'd have to hear.
And I get it that when you shoot a movie, and especially when you do things like that, you assemble it and you're like, oh, that doesn't work anymore. We need to fix it. And I get shooting this on a set, but that choice to make it that they're just other apes that happen to be wandering by the attempted murder site is very weird.
It is
very weird.
Yeah, because if it was them, if you kept it as our lead characters, they are awfully calm walking through there when their kid has been grievously injured.
Yeah. And if anything, I kind of wish that Lisa and Caesar were trying to comfort each other or holding a hand or anything like that. But, then we end with McDonald
reaching up and pulling down this, and he pulls the branch down, and it goes back to that same shot again, and the branch is being pulled down. So did they have some shots from nighttime that they couldn't use of somebody pulling on the branch? Because then McDonald is now mimicking that moment. They had to shoot. They had to have shot something and then kind of had to come back and do this because they could mimic that same pull down of the branch.
I had the feeling that when they went, it could be something as simple that when they went and assembled this and they looked at, if we're going to cross-cut the stories of the falling to the mutants on the march to back the investigation of the crime scene, that you had night, and then you had a day thing in the middle, that it suddenly was like, oh, but that night doesn't work. And so they went and reconstructed it. Because if you have that shot of the branch being pulled, there's something that they assembled with somebody tugging on that and probably shot it at night. And I think that they just went back and picked this up. Because even the camera movement, it shows that this was quick. They didn't put it on a dolly. It is a swish pan that basically comes in to find these people, and that's all that is.
Well, so just to kind of beat a dead branch, we never see that branch in any of these daytime shots at all. We don't see the tree nearby. We don't see McDonald up against that tree. They cast some shadow on him to make it look like he's near some tree cover. But when he reaches up to grab, he reaches to nothing.
Right.
And then we see the branch move. So he's not even standing anywhere near where the branch supposedly would be for him to do these movements, because it's not in any of the shots overhead.
Well, if anything, the branch should be... So he walks almost straight ahead from the campfire, and if you watch the original scene prior to it, he should be walking camera left to his right.
Right.
That's where it should be, but instead he walks straight into the lens effectively and pulls down.
And pulls on nothing.
Yeah.
And then they intercut the scene. So they had to put this together. There was something that happened with that previous footage that made them kind of do this, and they needed him to mock...
Right.
Pulling down on this branch that wasn't really there, because the tree's not there.
Right.
Yep.
In all the films we've done, that might be the weirdest cover, that I've seen them do yet, where they took footage that isn't what it was intended to be and just kind of.
Do you think if we looked at one of the other cuts, the theatrical cut or whatever, we'd see something different in this moment?
Well, this is the theatrical cut.
I mean,
No, actually, I don't. And now it's funny because the other day I put in the battle disc and I decided to skim forward because I wanted to see the nuclear bomb stuff that's in it. I did not watch for this moment, so before we record again, I'll go back and watch that. And of
just
course
see if the scene is the same. See if if something
they fixed it.
Tried to fix something that wasn't, that they had some
I don't
other footage.
recall them ever saying that's different, but I wasn't looking for that. And again, I knew the bomb was in it, and I'm gonna tell you, there's a reason they cut those.
Okay.
Oh,
all right.
It's like,
well, I want to see it. We'll
all watch it by the end of it. And
okay.
We'll come back and talk about the differences. I think that's it, though. I mean, this is a bit of a really sloppy minute, but hey, good conversation. 20 minutes on it.
Hey, there you go.
All right. That is it for this week. We will be back tomorrow with an in-between, which I think we're going to touch a bit on Richard's trip to LA for the photo shoot he did, correct?
Yeah, correct.
And things like that, and have some fun talking about that. So we'll be back tomorrow. Everyone have a great day.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
The minute of the apes.